Erica, and today I'm going to show you how to roast vegetables. I get asked a lot how I find time to make bento boxes. On Sunday nights, I usually make a pretty big dinner and then use that throughout the week. Or I use it to make like a base. Like I'll make quinoa, which I've showed you how to do, and I roast a lot of vegetables so that I can have them in the refrigerator and then every night just pack them in and they should be good to go. So I was always kind of afraid of roasting vegetables. I don't know why, it just seems really daunting to me until about 2 years ago, and I learned, and it's the easiest thing ever, and everything tastes delicious. I'm pretty sure you could roast a shoe and it would taste awesome. So this is how you roast vegetables. You want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You're going to cut your vegetables into uniform size pieces, about bite size. I've got purple potatoes, because as I've mentioned before, I never pass up an opportunity to buy a purple vegetable. I've got a bowl of purple potatoes, and I have some Brussels sprouts. And you want to try to cut everything the same size, not because somebody's going to come around and judge your knife cuts, but because you want everything to cook at the same rate so that you don't have charred bits in one corner and then big hunks of like uncooked Brussels sprouts in the other. So generally terrible. Then you're going to need olive oil, salt, and you're going to have your baking sheets prepped. So I have baking sheets, and I cover them with foil so that I can just wad up the foil and throw it away. It is a big time saver. So I'm going to take my Brussels sprouts. I have about a pound of Brussels sprouts. This came from a bag at Trader Joe's. I feel like an advertisement for Trader Joe's and Amazon, but real talk, it's my life. So I'm going to take this. If you haven't made it before, you want to probably do between 1 to 2 tablespoons. But I've done it a bunch, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. You want to pour some in there. This has a handy lid. I'm not just dumping olive oil straight. It has like this nice little nozzle, so it comes out relatively slow. I'm not dumping a whole cup of olive oil on my stuff. So you're going to toss it to coat. You can just shake, do that, whatever. I use this. It spreads it around nicely. So, oh, they're all glistening. And then you're going to spread them out on the sheet. Try to get as much air between them as possible. That's how you get it nice and crispy. I'm going to do that with my potatoes as well. You guys, this is like the worst cooking show. I just show you all the boring parts. You can't even see the actual food. Okay. So toss that around. You can roast broccoli. You can roast cauliflower. You can roast tomatoes. Cool them down and then throw them in a salad. Oh my god, so much better than regular cherry tomatoes. I used to work at a restaurant. I was a pastry chef at a restaurant, and we roasted tomatoes, and I would just eat them like candy every day. It was a nice departure from eating ice cream plain for every meal. Okay, so here's this, and spread them out nicely on the plate, on the baking sheet. Hey, stop it. Don't do that. All right. So once they're all nice and spaced out, I have some salt. I have it in a grinder. I have more Trader Joe's stuff. You can use kosher salt, whatever. Sprinkle it with a little salt, both sheets. You can roast you can roast multiple vegetables on one sheet as long as everything has enough room. Stuff like asparagus is going to take way less time. So you would probably want to put that in for like 10 minutes or so, as opposed to whatever. Okay, so check out. These are my Brussels sprouts. These are my purple potatoes. I'm going to toss these bad boys in the oven, and I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, we're going to check on them. So I just put my stuff in the oven, hanging out in there. And we're going to check on them in 20 minutes. So in that 20 minutes, this is another way I get a bunch done at once. I clean out my bento boxes from yesterday, the day before, it's Sunday, so whatever. And then I make my snack ones, and I kind of get everything together. I prep any other part of the meal for dinner. In addition to the roasted vegetables, I'm going to make quinoa, and I'm going to make some fake chicken. I try not to eat too much of that stuff anymore, but it is great for protein. So that's going to be my dinner, and it's also going to be my lunch, and that's the bento portion of this video. All right, so these have been in for about 20 minutes. At the 20-minute mark, you want to just give the trays a nice shake. You can use a spatula to stir them around a little bit so they get all sides. I might need to do that here. This guy. Yeah. So I've got my quinoa going. You want to kind of toss these around. These might actually need a little bit longer than 30 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so give them another toss and then set your timer for 10 minutes. So they'll be in there for a total of 30 minutes. Alright, here are my beautiful roasted Brussels sprouts. There's a couple little crispy parts. They're all the way done. They're easily pierced with a fork and they smell delicious. Those are some things to look for. My potatoes are still in the oven. I pierced them with a fork, but they weren't quite done. So I put them back in, but that's okay because I'm not going to take them for lunch tomorrow because I've got my tricolor quinoa. I have a Quorn, Q-U-O-R-N, Quorn chicken cutlet, and I'm going to put in some Brussels sprouts, and that'll be my vegetable, and maybe I'll take some potatoes tomorrow. Some kind of other adventure. Alright, so I've got a grain that is also a complete protein. If you don't know what quinoa is, you should look it up because it's fantastic. You should be eating it. I've got a protein for my fake meat. You can use real chicken, you can use whatever you like. I already, while this was cooking, I packed everything else. So I have my morning snack that I showed you how to make already. And I have the top portion of my bento box. I've got walnuts, grapes, blueberries, raspberries, and a little piece of chocolate. So those are my 2 boxes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I for some reason was a little worried about roasting vegetables for a long time because it seemed really daunting, but like I said, it is the easiest way. Probably not the healthiest as there's some oil involved, and some salt, but it's a good way. It's better to eat vegetables than to not. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And yeah, that's how I make dinner on Sunday nights and save myself a whole buttload of time during the rest of the week. Yeah, hope you liked it. Let me know if you have questions. Bye!